Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome to Banning, Panning and Beyond and a collab video. Now this is with Beauty with Andie and Nona's Budget Beauty and More. I haven't collabed with either of these ladies in quite a while. So we are using the orange Huda Beauty Neon palette. Now you will be able to see that this palette is completely untouched. I have had it in my collection for quite a while. Now a while back I actually got some friend mail from Jen Jackson, and she actually sent me the W7 dupe of the Huda palette. Now at the time it looked really familiar to me, and I couldn't work out why until I went through my collection and realized that I had the Huda original version of it. So today I'm going to do a slight spin on the collab where I'm going to use both palettes, one on each eye, and see whether or not we can actually tell the difference. So I'm not going to say which side's which, and yeah, we'll just go from there. So I'm just going to hold both palettes up next to each other, and they're not exact, but they are definitely close enough. So that's the two palettes there. So I am going to speed through the footage like usual, and I've got absolutely no idea what I'm going to do. The rules of this collab are that you have to use at least 5 shades out of the palette, and you are allowed to bring shades in from your single collection or other palettes if you need to finish the look off. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. Okay, so this is where we're at this stage. So I'm going to go and try and finish the look off, and then we'll be back to run through which shades I used and how I think they compare. So I'll be back very shortly. And we're done. So I have to say that I cannot tell the difference from one eye to the next. So I'm going to quickly run through the shades, and because the Huda one and the W7 one are laid out exactly the same, I'm just going to go with the Huda one. So initially, I don't believe this has got any shade names. So initially I just went in, just going to drop that down with this one in my original like crease area, not crease area, sorry, transition area. And then I deepened up the crease with this one. Outer corner, I have used this one and the first part of the or the outer part of the lower lash line. Then the middle of the lower lash line, I've used the pink one here, and I used this yellow on the inner part of the mobile lid, as well as this inner part of the lash line. And then I initially went in with this shade here in the center of the mobile lid, and then more towards the outer part I've gone in with this one, and my inner corner is with this. So the only shade that I didn't use in the palette was this purple one here. Now I probably could have used it on the lower lash line, but I ended up going in with one of my Project Pan items, which was the LA Girl, was it the, I can never remember the name, the Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in Vivid. So that one, that's it there. And for lips, I also used another Project Pan item, which is the Mellow Cosmetics lipstick that I've got on the go. And then I just used a gloss on top, which is called Gloss Angeles, and it's by Smashbox. So yeah, so that's how I created the look. And yeah, I honestly believe that both palettes performed exactly the same. It's still early, so not sure how they'll wear. If I remember, by the time I've edited this, I can try and give you a bit of an update on that. But to be honest, I never usually have makeup on probably more than a couple of hours, so I don't think that I'm gonna see any difference in how well they wear over that period of time. But I'm not even sure if both or either of these palettes are still available. That said, the W7 one potentially could pop up in some of the TK or TJ Maxx stores. Not in Australia. Our stores here are very, very lacking when it comes to makeup brands, and W7 in itself is very, very difficult to get here. But for anyone else who maybe is still wanting this particular palette and can get this one, I would recommend just getting this one purely for the price difference, and from my initial use of it, I think it is exactly the same. Excellent dupe. Very rarely do you see dupe palettes, in my experience at least, laid out exactly the same. I know of other W7 dupes. I think Andie has one for the Natasha Denona Gold palette, and the layout was different, and some of the shades are very, very similar. So it was difficult to work out which shade was meant to be a dupe for which between the two palettes. So yeah, I really like this. So do I need both? No. Am I going to keep both? Yes. So yeah, I have to say thanks to Jen for sending me that one. And I did at the time say that I was going to use it, and like a lot of my makeup, the intention is there and then it gets sort of pushed aside. Now that I have dipped into it, I think I'm going to keep it out on my vanity for a while. I'm really pleased with how the look turned out. I was a bit intimidated initially because I don't use neon shades, so but not as scary as what I thought it was. So let me know in the comments which palette you think I used on which side. If you think the Huda one was used on the right side, which is the skincare fridge, let me know and say it was a skincare fridge side. If you think I used the Huda one on the left side, maybe my flamingo pillow would be the way to differentiate side to side. So yeah, let me know in the comments firstly which one you think was which, and what you think of the overall look. Or do you think that they look different and you can tell that, you know, they're not the same palette? So yeah, anyway, make sure you go and check out Andie's channel and Nona's channel. Not too sure whether we're just going to link each other's videos at this stage or whether we're going to come up with a hashtag for the collab. If we do, I'll make sure that I leave that information either in the information box, description box. You can tell it's been a while since I filmed, or I will have the hashtag in the video title. Thank you for joining me in this video, and thank you to Andie and Nona for doing this collab with me. So I'm gonna get going now. Bye.